Welcome back guys to the third episode of 20 tips and tricks you don't know in GregTech New Horizons 2.8 edition. If you haven't seen the past two videos of this series, go check them out. You'll for sure learn something new. Strap in, grab your coffee and let's speed run through some fresh mechanics you probably have missed while playing this masterpiece of a pack. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, the good old hidden wooden chest assembler recipe. When looking into NEI, players tend to not scroll through the endless NEI list. But for this common recipe, the better version is hidden right at the end. Good one, New Horizon devs! From 40 seconds all the way down to 5 seconds. That's a whole 8 times saving. A bonus tip is that you can also chisel chests into trap chests and place them right next to each other for free. Tip number 2. AE2 quartz tanks. With just a little bit of Certus dust and glass, you can make these cheap portable AE2 tanks that stack for free and have 32 buckets of storage each. Super easy to mass produce and just overall really nice for small buffers if you hate making normal tanks. They also act as fluid cells. Tip number 3. You can use Tinker's parts to craft other Tinker's parts. Super helpful early game if you find a tool that you desire. Any thaumium parts could be turned into thaumium bindings, or useless parts that could be turned into ones that are actually desirable. Tip number 4. You can upgrade Tinker's parts using blocks. Hate upgrading your Tinker's parts constantly with dust? Compressor blocks, and they can do the same thing much faster with less clicking. Super helpful when you're trying to max out tools. Tip number 5. The Ore Finder 1 can hold lava buckets. Don't want to burn? Place a lava bucket in your Ore Finder 1 and you are safe to carry it. Backpacks also work if you have them. Tip number 6. A dungeon brick with an Ore Finder 1 can be used to find loot games. These can contain a whole ton of various useful rewards, including the enchantment table you can use for the healing axe. Tip number 7. You can Y-Surge unbound AE2 connectors. A late game tip, but I thought I would throw it in here, as I thought it deserved being highlighted. Ever accidentally unbinded a connector in your base and just lost where it was? I know I have, and it's so annoying, you'll just end up finding it a week later. You can increase your T-search range in the Find It config and Y-Search a wireless connector, and it will show you all unbound connectors in your base. Super handy, right? Tip number 8. Roguelikes now have insane OP loot. As of 2.8, roguelikes got mega buffed, allowing for new strategies. They now contain a huge assortment of foods to grant you heart buffs, letting you survive a little longer. They also contain a ton of ingots, including iron, copper, tin, and bronze, and even steel. I was able to get to LV on mostly dungeon loot with the amount that you get. They also contain lots and lots of useful tool parts. They aren't useful for tools, but they can be smelted down. The obsidianite ones are particularly useful for the early tool forge, meaning you don't need a macerator or a pickaxe that can mine obsidian to craft it. Absolutely huge! And now to just add on to the insanity. Tip number 9. You can bypass the dungeon using the One Ring. This is absurdly cracked for speedrunning the early game or any bosses you face, if you don't mind a tiny bit of warp. The ring can be found in dorm structures scattered throughout the world. With this ring, you can place it in your bubble slot and you will be invulnerable and ignored by all mobs at the cost of warp. The amount of warp you get from the ring grows faster and faster the longer you wear it. I would recommend taking it off after an hour of use, as that's when its effects start to ramp up. You will accumulate about 5 to 10 warp over an hour of active use, which is enough to raid a few dungeons. I highly recommend reading the Discord thread put together by Rindia if you want more specific details on how this little guy works. Tip number 10. Wrench line mode. There is a setting for your wrench that allows you to shutter all your pipes in a row. In the future, Similar functionality is also being added to the wire cutters, where you can auto-connect wires adjacent to each other, currently only available on experimental. In 2.8, there is now a keybind to switch between the methods. Tip number 11. You can access conduit sides using a wrench with shift left click. This allows you to access sides you previously couldn't from any orientation. Tip number 12. The conduit probe can be used to copy conduit settings. Now you can go ahead and copy the settings of all your conduits easily in your setups. This also works with the ring of loci later in the game. Tip number 13. Less maintenance issues in the cleanroom. Keep your cleanroom at an LV hatch to reduce the maintenance chance. This stops the cleanroom from OCing and reduces the operations it performs. A super niche tip, it will take longer to charge your cleanroom up, but you will find yourself having less issues. Tip number 14. Ethereal glass in the cleanroom. You can actually use ethereal glass to walk in and out of the cleanroom freely. Super cheap block to make, super worth it. Tip number 15. No rain without a roof. Building a base in the desert means there is no rain, allowing you to build all your machines in the open without any risk of explosion. This of course comes at the early game cost of a very low humidity, but that is easily solved with the Steam Age water pump multi-block. Tip number 16. IC2 crop block bases can work on multiple levels. Yes, you heard me, you can use a base block for up to 4 levels of dirt above it. This means multiple layers of block requiring crops in one farm per block. Tip number 17. Shift can increase glider speed. Bonus tip is that if you're spamming right click, it can also speed you up faster than normal if you really want extra speed. Tip number 18. Infinite Tantalum. Struggling for Tantalum veins for your SMDs earlier on? Well, you have come to the right person. Dawnkraft can let you dupe infinite Tantalum very easily with just a couple copper. I have a video covering exactly how to do this. Don't like magic? Just stick with annealed copper for your SMDs. Tip number 19. Skip the chemical bath to vac freezer using an alternative transistor recipe. Another unknown strat that I use descends from Garden of Grind. We can completely skip the ingot cooling bath recipe by using the better transistor recipe to bypass solar silicon. This will let you progress straight to the vac freezer. And tip number 20. The Firestone lava glitch. Of course I needed to save a glitch for the last point. This is a render bug, so I don't think it can be patched. But with a potion of fire res or a pigment backpack, you can find Firestone very easily. Just line your camera up with the edge of the lava and air, and you'll be able to clearly see the surface of the lava lake and mine Firestone easily. Firestone also doesn't get burned, so you don't have to worry about it ever getting destroyed when mining. If you learned something new, consider subscribing and liking the video for more Great Tech New Horizons content. It takes me a while to gather enough tips to keep making these. Join my Discord as I regularly pin new crazy tips and tricks I discover throughout interacting with the community and playing the game, especially for you late game players because I haven't mentioned any of those just yet. I'll see you guys in the next video.